I think all of us recognized that and knew that we had to meet in the small hours of that night. Yes, somebody made it sound. So the first thing is, I think when we all got together,
So no one had turtle stew prepared.
no
It
turtle
was-
stew prepared.
This is
no.
a
I don't
20
think I ate.
I don't think it was a bottle of water.
I don't think it was a bottle of water. There was no refreshment.
Yeah.
Got together, and then we kind of had a broad view of what would the leadership look like before we got to specific portfolios. Once we kind of had that meeting of the minds, we said, okay, it's now about 5:36 a.m.
6, yeah.
The sun was coming up.
Right.
We said, all right, let's take a break. Everybody go home, take a fresh. Try to see if you can get a little bit of a cat nap. I don't think I did sleep, but
I would not
got
sleep.
some-
I would not sleep.
got something to eat, and we will regroup in Northside at 11 a.m. around lunchtime.
Yeah.
If everybody comes back, then we know this is the group that's meant to hold. If it's not, then it wasn't meant to be. But we had such a camaraderie up until the sun came up. I was fairly confident we were all going to come back together, just how it felt. Ralston does a good job of breaking down stats. And when he broke down how the cumulative effect of what the voters wanted, I think what kept us together is that not only did it feel right of how we all got along, but we also, our reading of the polls is that there was a strong case that this is what the country wanted.
Yeah.
Everybody showed up. Burgers were distributed. People finally had a chance to eat lunch. And then we got into specific portfolios. Afterwards, we then had to decide on a speaker. Jay came out with, and I'm happy to credit him, say, like, look, we went through several names. What about Ezra Miller? And I was sat back and I thought, and I kind of went into this a little bit in the swearing-in speech. Like, yeah, he actually is competent, independent from all of us. As a benefit for him, would being from North Side. And said, yeah, we want somebody that we know can handle the post. It's a big post, the speaker.
For sure.
Once we had that done, we then looked at each other and said, look, and I should importantly back up a second and say when we began around that lunchtime, the first thing that we did was pray. And that's been a consistent theme with all of our meetings. When we sit down and it's going to be a formal meeting where we're going to decide something, just like we did at Northside the morning after election, we prayed. Once we had our prayer and we recognized that we got something that we think the country wants and that we feel good about, why not just do this before the day's up?
Yeah.
And deliver the country a pleasant surprise that this didn't go on for a week. This is formed in less than 24 hours.
Was it in the back of your mind, kind of the extended period that you went through in 2021?
Oh, yeah. I'm sure there's on the back of his. Yeah.
Yeah, it was, I mean, I would say that this one was a lot more smoother going together because you knew the lessons learned from 2021.
Does help.
You know, basically, I remember, you just had to get in the room, just get it done as quickly as possible because the longer time takes, the longer phone calls make, the longer more friends reach out, the longer you got people are going to be calling this one, that one, trying to pull them to this side.
Making you second guess.
Yeah, and I remember for like 2021, there was always someone stopping at my house, looking for me that morning, trying to get me to go to the other side or wanting to go to the other side. So it was like we had to get this done tonight. So when I left Northside to go to town to meet to meet the rest of the guys in there, I'm like, and ladies that was all part of this, and to see everybody in the room, and there wasn't any big egos in there. That was the thing, right? It was everybody was just happy. Everybody sat around there. We hashed out what we had to hash out, and as Premier said, we moved forward with it, and we wanted to get to that step to say, you know what, we want to make sure by tomorrow morning everyone in the country knows there's a government ready to take over.